55th Signal Company, Combat Camera, the United States Army's only active-duty combat documentation unit, proudly and courageously collecting command information, off and on, for almost 70 years. In today's episode, we attempt to answer the unanswered question. What happened to the other 54? To answer this question, we went to the soldiers of the 55th Signal Company.
What happened to the other 54?
The other 54?
Yes, sir.
I have no idea.
What happened to the other 54 what?
What?
I hate to say what happened to the other 54, you know. It's a long story, but I'll talk about it. You know, there we were, bumfucking nowhere, doing our job as usual as combat cameramen.
What do you mean 54?
The 54 what?
What? I don't know what you're talking about. That's a joke.
We got ambushed by a bunch of honey badgers. And when I mean ambush, there was only 2 of them, you know, and we thought we could take them, you know, because there's 54 of us and there's only 2 of them, but...
You know, Jose got so bored, probably suicide at some point.
It just came out of nowhere, you know, and I was scared. I'm not even gonna lie about it.
What? The other 54?
I tried running for my life, you know, and I hit a couple of branches and I fell down and it went black. And when I woke up, they were gone. Every single one of them.
Well, what happened to the other 54 was back in Nam, when there was this plane crash, their whole plane went down and one man survived because he ate the other 54.
They all got hit by a bus, and then a train ran over and a plane crashed on top of their bodies and they burned to death.
And to this day I get nightmares about it, you know, just thinking about how we were ambushed by 2 honey badgers.
The other 54, I don't know. I don't know who the other 54 are.
To what? I'm not sure what happened to the other 54.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Perturbed by the lack of a clear response, we go to the residents of Fort Meade, the place where the 55th call home to look for the answer.
I actually don't know.
I'm sorry?
The other what?
That's an awesome question, but I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
What other 54 are you referring to?
They got deployed.
The other 54?
What happened to the other 54?
You got me.
The other 54 what?
I don't really know anything about that. I'm not sure what you're asking.
I have no clue.
Still, without a clear answer, we found Dave Manning, the collections manager for the Fort Meade Museum, to give us the answer to the seemingly impossible question.
Most of the Army's current force structure is based on the way the Army was organized in 1917 for the First World War. The way we are now, obviously the Army's gone through a lot of restructuring, it's gone through a lot of downsizing, a lot of units have gone away. What happened to the other 54 signal units or signal companies before the 55th Signal Company? Well, some of them are probably still around, but not all of them. And a big part of that is just because the Army isn't as big as it used to be. Now, why they kept the 55th and maybe they didn't keep the 54th or the 52nd or the 34th, a lot of that depends on the lineage of the unit, if it's done anything historic throughout its existence. Some of that has to do with things like political connections. Now, probably not so much with the unit size of a company, but when you get into larger units like a division, if, say, the Army Chief of Staff, current serving Army Chief of Staff, served in a particular division and they're trying to decide, well, do we keep this division or do we not keep this division? Chances are the Chief of Staff's weight, if they want to weigh in on that and say, well, you know, I served in the, 1st Infantry Division, so I think we ought to keep that around. That's going to have a lot of influence on whether that stays.
And now you know the rest of the story. Tune in next time when we take a look at Article 114 of the Uniform Code of Military Justice, dueling.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
What happened to the other 54?
They messed with me.